What's up, everyone? It's Matt Mrozik, aka MVM097, and this will be the Punisher all finished. So I finished them up last night actually, and I'm really happy with them. So the last few things I did was I masked this area off and painted that a stone color, installed the Punisher logo, and you can see I did a splatter effect on there. I stole that from someone else's build actually. It looked really cool, so that's what I did. I went in and I painted these eyes, just kind of rough hand painted them. I just painted some veins on and blended in with some clear red. I'll come in closer and show that to you guys. I finished up Lucille, had to blend in some of the wood grain after painting the blood. Did that, and then did the splatter effect on Lucille. I did go ahead and do a splatter blood effect, and I'm glad I did. It looks really good. Let's see, what else did I do? I did some weathering on the gun, just some really light dry brushing to bring out some of the detail. And initially I wasn't going to do that, but I'm glad I did because it looks really good. Let's see, I did some weathering on the boots, which is some pigments, and I did a blood effect on them. I basically took the color, one of the blood colors I was using, and with a pipette, I simply took the boot and kind of dribbled the blood color over them, like the blood spilt and kind of was pooling around the boot, and that looks really good. Sorry, my mouth's a little dry. Let's see, the zombies were already done. Blood splatter effect on the arms and the hand and all that stuff. I went in and I dry brushed the hand of the gun a little bit. That helped a lot. I went ahead and painted this part of the knife brass with the AK Interactive Extreme Metal. If you guys haven't used these, or True Metal, sorry. These guys right here, you give these a shot, they're awesome. These things are really, really good. And painted the little rivets on the knife, did some weathering on the handle there. Did some dry brushing on the leather straps, on the body, repainted the shells. Just a bunch of little things to finish them up. And I masked off and was able to get the skin tones on this hand. It's a little dark, but it's okay. It was hard to match it because the skin tones everywhere else is like a ton of steps and never gonna be able to match it, but I got it pretty close. And I think that's it. And so I finished them up last night, and I really couldn't be happier. I don't know what else I would do to it. So I got to a point like I like it, so I stopped. So let me come a little closer and kind of show you some of the stuff. So again, starting at the bottom here, did that Punisher logo with the splatter effect. Looks really, really nice. Goes well with the kit. Excuse me. And let's see. So that looks good. Painted these eyes on this guy getting his head blown off. I didn't worry about being too precise because, I mean, they're getting blown out of his head, so. But you can see the veins I painted in there. I painted them with some reds, some purples, and pinks. And it really didn't matter because by the time I sprayed the clear red over, all those colors kind of got muted anyway. Here on this boot, you can see all the blood kind of dripping off of his boot and some of the dust effects I did. Like he's been walking through some dirt. Same thing on the back here. Back of the zombie, looking good. Here's that boot right there with the blood on it and stuff. Looking pretty good. And then moving up to the waist area. This guy over here is looking really good. I'm happy with how he turned out. Looking pretty good. The lighting's not the best in here for this video. I'm about to go take my final pictures here in just a second. I just got all my stuff set up. Here you can see I did a blood spatter effect on the gun, which really helps tie it all together. Looks good. And then moving up again. So we go up a little higher. Oh, I also weathered his Punisher logo on his chest. I went in there with some pigments and just added some additional shading and weathering, and it looks good. So you can see the blood spatter on his chest there. See if I come in a little bit. Looking pretty nice, if I do say so myself. And I love the blood that just kind of happened as a big drop of blood. I just let it sit and it kind of rested in the spaces between his fingers. It looks awesome. Cappy had a little accident there. The blood splatter effect was kind of cool. I actually had a hard time stopping. I was like, ooh, should I keep going or should I stop? So I actually got a lot on his chest, probably a little more than I wanted to, but I think it's okay. And then it's on his face too. It's not showing up real good there, but I think when I zoom in, you'll be able to see it. Glue the cigar in. It's coming a little tighter. Again, sorry for the lack of videography skills, but it's like this won't turn the way I want. There we go. That's pretty good. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm happy. I dry brushed his hair just a little bit, even though his hair's black. I went in and dry brushed a little brown on it just to give it some definition, and I think it looks good. But there you can see the blood splatter on his face. So what I did, one thing I did, I glued the cigar on before I did the blood splatter. I was like, oh shit. Well, that won't make sense. So I just masked off the smoke effect with some tin foil, and then I did the blood splatter because smoke wouldn't have blood on it. The cigar would, but not the smoke. So there's the blood splatter on his face. It's good. It's not too much. I think it's just enough. And then you can see Lucille there, kind of went in and painted that, add some more of the wood grain. Yeah, so right there, looking good. Lucille looks gnarly, like she just beat the crap out of a couple guys. That's what I wanted. Okay, so since we're zoomed in, I'll go ahead and put the other head on just for the heck of it, because I did go ahead and do the blood splatter on him too. I have to be careful that I don't hit Lucille because of all the barbed wire. When I first started working on the kit, I kept scratching the faces on the bat, so I had to be careful. And then here's Glamour Guy. And he looks better now. He's got some blood splatter on him. He doesn't look so... Oh, and I went in and worked on his eyes a little bit. I went in and added a very thin line of black at the bottom, and I darkened the whites a little bit, and it made a huge difference. He doesn't look so startled. Oh, and I gloss coated the eyes too, which kind of helped bring some life to him. So yeah, that made a huge difference doing that. So there he is. I got this done pretty damn quick, actually. I got this done in just under a month, 4 weeks. I got going on it and I got obsessed. So yeah, that's crazy quick for me on a kit. Now I did put a lot of time on this thing. If I had to put an estimate on it, I'd say I got about 120 hours into it. Yeah, I was putting a good 20, 30 hours a week in this thing for a month. So a lot of work. I don't know what else I would do to it. I'm really happy with how he looks. The other buildup I saw, the builder did a little color variation on his uniform, which I actually really like. He's actually has a slight blue tinge to the outfit, which helps the black, belts and everything stand out a little bit. But this looks really good too. Every picture I saw of Punisher, he was in black, all black. So I kind of just stuck with that. The boots were a little tricky trying to get them to stand out. So after I'd add some weathering and added blood to them, they really separated from everything else. But other than that, he's done. So I got my light set up downstairs to take photos. I'm going to do that, and I'll post a gallery tonight. But thanks for everyone watching the progress of this. And like I said, I think the kit's a good kit. So contact Thomas Anders on Showboat Models on Facebook, and he can get you one. I think he still has some available. So thanks for watching as always. This is Matt Mrozik, aka MVM3897, signing off. See you guys next time.